So our second lesson is all about developing the whole person. So we should be able to, at the end of this module, to evaluate your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, assess a difficult situation where you recently, that you recently experienced, and of course, to show the connections of your thoughts, of your feelings, actions to actual life situations. So, mo ni ang atuhang objectives for this afternoon's class. So now let's begin. So it has been said, guys, that the only thing that we can control in life are our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. Diba? That's why we're able to talk about self-control. So if we can manage those, we can achieve our goals and gain success in life, of course. So if we know how our minds work, if kabalutag how our minds work, we can be intentional about influencing our thinking and feeling patterns. So ma-influence na nato sila. We can evaluate reality more clearly, make better decisions, and improve our ability to achieve our goals, diba? So that is why in this module today, if we can still if we do have time, we will be reading success life stories of course successful people, maybe like kinsa man like Manny Pacquiao, Pia Works ba, and other people nga, or anyone maybe nga who were able to do it, who were able to reach their dreams, ba? So even though guys wala man gyud wa man yawi, wa man usara ka yawi or single key padung sa success, but it is still achievable and definitely not magical. Definitely dili ta si Cinderella diri nga naatay mga magic wand or anything to make our dreams true. Wala ta ana. So success DI is about right mindset, emotional resilience, and proper behavior. Diba? It's to be achieved by these things, not with a magic wand. So many of us have no idea how much our thoughts. Di kita wa kita makarealize on how our thoughts are affecting our day-to-day lives, on how we think, the power of mind. We must go through the motions and hope for better days, not realizing that we are the ones who are responsible for creating better days. So muna siya mura na lang ta um, go with the flow sa hayba nga, okay, mapaabot na lang ta og better days, better things. Mura lang tag si Juan Tamad, mapaabot tag what comes in. But we should realize also that we are responsible also for creating better days. Muna siya nga, with knowing and understanding oneself, we were able to highlight the validation, di ba? Kanabang we don't have to validate ourselves to other people. We don't need to get their validation for us to be self-control, for us to be happy, for us to, right? We had that last time. So let's start with this particular I mean, this particular task. So match the concept in column A with its description in column B. Write the letter of your answer in your journal. So I'm not going to post this in your classroom. So this will just be an oral recitation. So
Let's go back.
the power. All
Let's
right. So we
try.
will be matching column A to column B. Would like to answer number 1. Yes, Isabella.
The power triad kay letter D, ma'am. Thoughts,
Oh,
feelings, and actions or behaviors.
very good. That's letter D. So that's the triad, I know. How about number 2, actions? Jelly Rose.
Actions that they receive can be both inward or invisible and outward or observable.
Very good. Okay. Now, how about number three? Would like to answer? Shane Ann.
Feelings. Letter B, ma'am. Nervous, scared, excited.
Okay, so those are examples of feelings. And number four, thoughts. Let's hear from Marjorie.
Thoughts, ma'am. A. Your internal summary or prediction about a situation or event.
Okay, very good. So, di na lang ta mag-discuss. Uy, kabalo naman di ay mo sa toong klase. Oh, 100% diritso. Diba? So, that's good that you can able to identify already these terms since these are what we will be talking today. Diba? Now, let's have this kind of activity. Let's share facing my fears. Diba? Sometimes we do fear. It's the fear of the unknown. Copy and answer the questions in your journal notebook, but we won't be doing that. We'll just be sharing. I think maybe 2 to 3 students will be fine. Who would like to share their answers with this? This week, I am going to try what? Some thoughts I might have are what? Some feelings I might have are what? And to help, I can. Okay, I'll start with myself so that it will give you time also. This week, I am going to try to cook a different snack meal for my kids. I mean, I saw a post from a friend of mine, and then I want to try the recipe that she gave me. So I'm hoping that my kids would love it, right? So some thoughts I might have are, yeah, regarding with it. I don't know if I can make it since it will be the first time that I'm going to do it, but it's good to give it a try. Some feelings I might have are I'm excited, right? I'm excited of the results. So, of course, I'm really excited about it. And of course, to help, my ways of relaxing. I do listen to music when I feel upset, all right? It helps me relax. And then self reflection also. Times when I feel so upset or angry, when I cool down, I would ask myself what went wrong, what have I done, what happened actually, why I was so upset. So, but basically, I do listen to music for me to calm down. Okay, so those are my answers regarding with this. How about you? Who would like to share? Anyone? Anyone? Why? Wala mo share? I did my part. How about you? Anyone who would like to raise, who would like to share? Come on. Isabella, yes.
Kaan, ma'am. This week, I am going to try starting my own YouTube channel. Then, some thoughts I might have are kanang basin, wala lang, basin i-judge ko sa laing tao or unsa ba. Yeah, some feelings I might have are nervous. Then to help, I can um, go to my friends. Yeah, makichika
Mm-hmm.
nila. Mm, wala na,
Okay.
ma'am.
Wow, wow. That's good. Trying something new that is you're not comfortable doing is really, 'di ba? You'll have that nervous feeling, emotion. But anyway, if you love what you're doing, then that is actually fine. 'Di ba? Di man na siya new thing ang pag-YouTube. As long as what you're doing in your vlog or niche is what you actually love, then it's not gonna be a hard one, di ba? Thank you, Isa. Anyone? Any more? Any other ideas or answers regarding with this? I'd like to share. Okay, let's hear from Jelly.
This week, I am going to try not to eat unhealthy foods for at least the rest of the week. And then
Mm-hmm.
some thoughts I might have are I'm not sure if kaya na ko panindigan since
Mm.
I temporarily live separately from my parents and I'm just with my cousin and dili may na nakamahi yung mga luto. So, basta hindi na mga
Okay.
panindigan, back to canned goods ulit. And
Okay.
then, and then to help, I can watch probably YouTube videos since I love watching YouTube so I can make use of it para maglangka ang mga luto-luto.
Oh, okay. No, so hopefully it will, you'll have positive result at the end of the week, di ba? Ask yourself after a week kung kumusta. Were you able to do it or what went wrong along the way? Di ba? Thank you also, Jelly, for sharing your answers. Right, so now, okay, let me just have that. So we will have, or we might have, I mean, not might, but we do have different, right? We do have different things that we want to try. Me, I want to try some new dish, and then you guys, others would love to start vlogging, or the same with Jelly would love to try cooking also, or preparing a different meal. So natay lain-lain nga gusto. So we will have a different activity right now where we will be asking this question. Whose thoughts are these anyway? Bakit kinsa man ni siya? Whose thoughts are these anyway? So think about each, let me see. Okay. Think about each of the three situations. So there will be three situations that I will be showing it to you later on. And for each situation, we will be unsa man, we'll try to see all the messages that will come into our minds and into the column message. But again, since we will not be doing this in the classroom, this is just an oral recitation, so we don't really have to write all of those things. But we will be sharing those things in our class. So we will be thinking about the possible messages, and then this is coming from whom, no, unsa kinsa ang possible mo sulti ani nimo nga message. Okay, so again, buti pasabot ana di ay we will have situations, three situations, and then you will think of the different images kay ha images different messages nga pwede nimong madunggan from different people, from different individual, and we will be we'll try to 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 share that later on. Okay, so are these messages you're receiving from your friends, from your family, or maybe your teachers, or are they your own thoughts maybe, or gikan mismo nimo? So here is an example. Okay, so this is the first situation. You feel pressured to do whatever it takes to earn a high grade. No, mo na imuhang situation. Pressured kay ka because I mean, you are so pressured to do whatever it takes for you to get good grades. So what comes into your mind? Here we've got an example. Only the very best performers can get into the top colleges, and perhaps this message is I mean, you'll be receiving this from your parents. What else? Who can think of a possible message? Unsa pa? Unsa pa yung mga possible message nga tong mahuna-hunaan with the situation? Pressured ka to take whatever dinha, I mean, tanan-tanan imong buhaton just for you to get high grades. What are the other other messages nga imong possible madawat? Anyone? Pwede og kuan, di ba? I could say grades. Having good grades are You know, it's you'll have an edge, di ba? With the rest of the students, you'll have a better opportunity comparing to those who doesn't have that particular grade, di ba? You'll have an edge, or at least you're ahead of them. And maybe the source is, from a teacher. How about from a friend? Unsa kay hanay inyong masulti ana? If you're the friend of this person, anyone? Marjorie, do you have anything? Do you
Ay,
have
ma'am,
anything?
dili sa friend.
Okay.
Kaan, this is the only way that I can consider myself as a successful or I did achieve something. Source kay myself, my own thoughts.
Myself. Okay. Okay. Good. So perhaps no, that's also a message, a possible message that would come up with this particular situation. Anyone? Thank you. Thank you, Marjorie. Kinsa pa? Sa mga, you'll also be getting negative messages, like maybe sa mga tao nga mga panira kay moment ba moingon nga you won't be getting there, you'll not be having that grade that you're looking for, diba? So maybe those kind of messages will come from bitter people also. Unsa pa man kaya? So meaning na day lain-lain nga mensahe nga makuha nato from different individuals or different areas also. Now let's proceed with number 2. Your friend wants you to join them in experimenting with drinking liquors. Okay? So example, I'll just do that about anything. I'll do just about anything to fit in. And that is yourself. Okay? Buhaton ako na para ma-in ko sa grupo. How about from your parents? What do you think is their message? Your friend wants you to join them in experimenting with drinking liquors. Urjan, any idea? Urjan? Unsay thought kay mo ani? Your friend wants you to join them in experimenting with drinking liquors. Wala mo share sa inyong idea. Unsa man kay ha? I'll do just about anything to fit in. If you are a friend of this person, what will you say? If you're a friend nga dili pod niya, what will you say to this person? Kung ako siguro yung friend ani, I would tell him, ayaw, uy, makadaot na. Isa nila makuan ana. Diba? That's from a friend. How about from a parent's perspective? Unsa kay imong masulti about ani? You? Hello? Sina, share your ideas. I know, guys, you have a lot of ideas right now. Shane Ann.
Sa parent, ma'am, kay maybe man ang uban yung parents nga. Ayaw sa pagbisyo-bisyo, pagtarong sa eskwela, kay makadaot na inom-inom.
Very good. No, that's a possible message that you might be getting. Or maybe they would say, sugod ray lisod ana, makasugod na gani, lahos-lahos na. Diba? So that's also a possibility. So,
Ay, nana ko, ma'am.
Pauna. So you will really be getting this kind of messages also. So how about from that person who is trying to invite you with this kind of situation and this situation? Unsay mong isulti? Yes, Jelly.
Ngayon, ang gadala ma'am nga. Ang
Mhm.
kasaba kausara, pero ang memories forever.
Oy, okay, nice one. Ang kasaba ka usara pero ang memories kay forever. Okay, so so you'll be getting a lot of messages, no? Dagan kay siya pwedeng point of entry gikan sa parents nimo, sa friends nimo, sa true friends nimo, sa fake friends nimo, sa unsa pa na nga mga friends din na. Shane Ann, would you like to add something?
Sa friends, ma'am.
Anywhere kung asa imong comfortable nga asa nga aspect or source.
As a friends, ma'am, if dili ka mo kuyo kay, with, masay kay ingnan kanila nga, KJ, ra ka, karon ra bitaw ni, mura magdili barkada.
Correct, no? Kung kay kauy ka na, feeling wholesome, feeling maayo. Ina na, no? Namin gid na masulti din ang friend basta dili ka makabuhat sa ilahang gusto. So, definitely you are right. Now, let's try to see okay. I did not include the third one, di ay. The third situation, ako na lang siyang basahon. Seniors prom is just around the corner. Hapit na ang seniors prom. Ay, wamday tayo prom. Wamday tayo prom, no? GS prom. Hapit na ang prom night ninyo. Unsa may mga possible messages nga imong makuha gikan na sa friends, sa family, sa teachers, o anyone? Okay. Seniors prom, that's the situation. Hapit na ang inyong seniors prom. So, anyone? Unsa kay mga possible messages makuha ninyo, ana? Yes, Shane.
Sa ako self, ma'am, kay, feel ko ingnan ako self nga, ayun na appeal kay, magkailangan mag-dress yung babae. Hindi ka ganahan mag-dress.
Okay, so I nag-appeal. All right. I nag-appeal kay I'm not comfortable wearing a dress. Now, what if? Ingon ng teacher nga, seniors prom is already kuanya for this year it should be compulsory. Though it won't be a compulsory, pero what if you are really encouraged to attend? Unsa kay mga kuan mo ana, next step ana? Attend lang ko pang attendance lang.
Mag-suit na lang daw si Shane Ann, ma'am.
Magsuot, okay. Magsuot na lang. Dili lang magkuan. Dili lang yun mag-dress. Wala man magingon kung sa imong suoton. Pero primary mga possible messages sa imong kagalingon unsa na po akong suoton, unsa na po kaya asa ko mapa-makeup, mamang gina sa girls, and then asa ko mangabang, kinsa kong hulman, ana. So anything that is related to it. And then maybe sa friend nimo, unsa kay mga possible messages sa gikan sa friends? Thoughts that will be coming from your friends.
Dungan
Yeah.
tayo nag-adto.
Very good. Dungan ta, hapit ako, ingna ko, teksik ko, ana, no? Or dungan ta, ay, asa ka magpakuan, asa ka magpa-makeup or anything, asa ka mauna siya, no? Maupod na yung mga possible messages. So, thank you. Now, let's continue. Okay, so actually we will be having 3 success stories, but they're just very long, guys. Wala ko sila gi-appeal, but I will be posting na lang if you wanna read them. I will be posting it in your classroom, okay? Para naamoy access nila. Right? So, a real winner, we will be talking about who is the real winner here is the one who is able to win over his or her battles and difficulties in life and turns them into a learning and glorifying experience, no? Nasadipan ko ni sorry guys. Okay, next is you'll find meaning in pleasant and unpleasant events in his life. Right? So it's not when you say memories man po, it doesn't mean everything should be good because even in bad things, you will still be learning a lot from it. Diba? So dapat magkat-on jud ta para po that particular situation will not be repeating itself para makalikay na ka nga mahitabo pa na siya balik. And then you'll be living in peace with difficult people and difficult situations. You'll win the goodwill of others and of course their respect and admiration. You'll get what he wants using the win-win strategies and never at the expense of other people. So mo na siya ang real winner, no? It doesn't have to be those politicians nga daghang supporters. Real winner doesn't have to be those people nga daghang nangahadlo or the real people. So they also discover and use opportunities to to the best advantage, and develop and use the talents and abilities to the best advantage, and in so doing make a meaningful contribution in making this world a better place to live in. Actually kani siyang a real winner is gikan na ni siya sa mga stories nga dapat ninyong basahon. So it's the life story of Manny Pacquiao, how he was able to be who he is right now, di ba? Kabalo man gyud tag kinsa na siya. He's the boxer and we are proud of him. And then we also have Pia Works pa, and she is a model and the crown. Unsa gyud na siya? Di mo kay ko familiar ani mga story ni silang kinabuhi oy, but she's a ground unsa na Miss Universe ba to, guys? Tama
Yes,
ba?
ma'am.
Miss Universe. Okay, thank you. So it was about their life and how she get the crown, what were her difficulties or their difficulties, the problems or battles they were able to overcome. So it was all about that. No, so ako, yeah, and also about the doctor. So three stories. I will be posting that in your classroom. So find time to read na lang po so that you will also be learning from these people. Okay? So now let's talk about the power triad. Di ba? Mo ni siya ang atong power triad. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So from time to time, all of us struggle with thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that are unproductive or detrimental. And we all find it difficult at times to muster the motivation to take the action needed to interrupt our troublesome outlook and replace it with a healthier, more positive one. So, ang question is, why do we do the things that we do? Nganong ginabuhat man nato niya itong mga gipangbuhat ron? Diba? So, ang behavior is already, or sometimes guys, it's also described as a result of a cyclical process. May kag cyclical process. So, circular, no? It's, aray ko, it's a circular process. Okay. Let me show you the process here. Nako pakita nga process, ha? Here is the process. Diba? Your thoughts affects your feelings and it affects your behavior and um, will respond to your situation. So from a certain situation, you'll have some thoughts about it. You feel about the situation. From your thoughts, you'll be feeling something. And then from your feeling, you'll be behaving or your actions already. So now let's talk more about this. So would like to read situations. Anyone? Please do read the definition. Yes, Isabella.
We all receive messages about a given situation, both messages from others and messages we send ourselves. The more clearly we can label these messages, the less likely they are to drive the cycle in an unhealthy direction.
Okay. Nga nahimo naman siyang the blessed, no? Kapag ko kabantay, na blessed na siya. So the less likely. So, unsa may naaana niya? Situations. So, these are the messages. So, from a certain situation, the messages that you'll be receiving from different areas. Mobita to kaniha from a certain situation, nagkuhan ta og mga different messages, no? The possible messages that you might be receiving or you will be getting from different people, from different like your parents, from your teachers, from your friends. So lain-lain gyud na sila pwede nimong mahatag. But if you can clearly label these messages daw, it is less likely will drive the cycle into an unhealthy direction. So ato na siyang tukion later. Now, how about thoughts? Isa man po ng thoughts. The thoughts are, would like to read also for the thoughts. Jelly.
Thoughts we can retrain. our brains to identify automatic thoughts which can be negative or unhelpful, interrupt them, and replace them with more constructive coping thoughts.
So both ipasabot, we can control. We can retrain our brains to identify automatic thoughts, which can either be negative or unhelpful. So we can interrupt them, our thoughts, diba? Sometimes we do think about bad things. And then, on the other hand, napoy good nga mukalit o kabut, ayaw ano kay bad na siya, diba? Do we experience the same thing? I do experience that. Kana bitong ay kanang na ako'y mahuna-hunaan and then automatic na aday mo interrupt nga ayaw lang ana wani kani na kanang kani mo'y buhata mao ni mauna muna, diba? So it will be replaced with more constructive coping thoughts. So, and also of course we have the feelings, learning to name and rate our moods, diba? May kag feelings, these are the moods. And cultivating mindfulness can help us to connect to our emotions, our feelings, our emotions, rather than being dictated to by them. Di ba? So meaning, take control na gani ka. Di kay magpa go with the flow na lang ka. Tay, mo na imong moods, mo na imong kuan, mo na imong gibati. Right? So relaxation techniques can help ease these feelings of stress and anxiety that can help us stuck in an unhealthy behavior. So kaning behaviors kanihar gyud ta sige hisgot ani. Unsa man gyud ang behaviors? So when we are down, we tend to be less active, tama? Less productive. The less we do, the less we want to do. And the more we continue to feel down. So man kay bot pasabot ana niya, oy. Wala man kay ko kasabot ana, ma'am, oy. 'Di ba? Ingon siya ha nga when we are down, we tend to be less active. The less we do, the less we want to do. Samot nga dili ka, 'di ba? Kung feeling mo you're so down, so wala kay buhaton. Since wala kay buhaton, samot nga di ka ganahan mo buhat. And the more food nga, you will feel down. Kay you'll be soaking yourself with that particular situation. Wala kay gibuhat. Nothing. You're not doing anything. Right? So, simply put, ano man yung gabot-bot siya. Simply put, a situation arises and we have thoughts about the facts of that situation, those trigger feelings, and based on those feelings, we engage in behaviors which in turn impact the situation. It's either positive or negative, and the cycle continues. So cycle gina siya, di gina siya maputol. So let's have atong unsa na siya. Simpler na to ang pagbutang sa mga terminology para mas daling masabtan. So unsa may kalainan sa thoughts, feelings, ag behaviors gyud ay. So yung kag thoughts, 'di ba? It's your internal summary or prediction about a situation or event. Imuha na siyang kaugalingong thoughts about it, your own prediction, your own internal summary. So example, let us say na ay unsa man ay mga situation nga tong mga kita ha. Uh, um I'm actually thinking of different situations right now. Sorry. So example, you can say this is going to be a disaster. Ngano ka nakasulti ka? Let us say na ay babae no dinha niya human kay kanang the situation ba. Let us say a confrontation between husband and wife niya, si husband kay na ay third party. So the confrontation nilang tulo. You yourself witnessing that event or situation would have that kind of thought. This is going to be a disaster. Diba? Or maybe nag-set up ka dihog birthday party and you pagtanaw nimo sa area or event is nice jud kaayo. You can have a primary prediction like this is really going to be a great event. Right? This is going to be a blast. This is going to be perfect. Diba? So everyone's going to laugh at me. O muna siya, this is your prediction pod. Nganong di man ka mo answer sa inig tawag ni ma'am. Why don't you answer the question being asked by your teacher? Because everyone's going to laugh at me. That's what's your prediction about the situation. Right? That's your thoughts. Now, here comes your feelings. This is the word that will summarize your internal emotional states that is related to the situation or to what you're thinking. Diba? So, let us say this is going to be a very good party, or this is going to be let us say what, like the party, the event. Oh, this is going to be great. So you're feeling excited about that party. So the same thing maybe kang Isabella, right? Si Isa ba tong gustong mag-vlogger, mag-start? Her thoughts about it might be this is going to be successful, or this is going to be fun, right? So ang iyang mga feelings would involve will be she'll be excited about doing it. She's also nervous nga of what other people might say about it. Pero actually guys, sa vlogging pod, di ka mag-uulan na, okay, not don't aim for the people around you to watch your videos. Aim for other people para you'll not be having the personal messages and all of those stuffs. Okay ra gyud na. Okay? So, behaviors also. So now, after the feeling nimo, imong emotions, like nervous ka. So kung nervous ka, di na dayon ka mo isa sa imong kamot, di na dayon ka kun or oo na ka inig klase, ana, you'll be stammering a lot, you'll be sweating a lot. So these are already your behaviors. So it can be both inward, which are invisible, you're shaking inside, and it can either be outward or observable, like you're sweating a lot or tensing muscles, skipping classes already. You're turning down an invitation to our party. So let us say the situation was birthday celebration sa anang of let us say, let's have Joanne, no? Si Joanne, it's her 18th birthday, debut niya, but Joanne is not really your friend. She's bullying you a lot of times, and murag lain kay inyong relationship. And then you were invited to her party. So let us say kitagaan ka niya or someone gave you an invitation card to attend her party. So huna na din ka, this is going to be a disaster. Kay feel ni mo ikaw na sa ibuli ni Joanne, or that's just a thought. And then you'll be feeling scared, nervous, or related ni mo ana nga feelings. So possible actions ni mo ana is you'll be turning down an invitation. So you might say, now it's good, I'm okay. I'm scheduled to what, to do a job on that day, so I cannot really attend, but I'll see what I can do. May nana, no? Or you'll be jumping off a diving board. So these are just examples of observable behavior nimo. Invisible, like palpiting. Kanang pag-palpitate sa imong heart din ha, gikulbaan na ka. Kulbaan ka, kanang these are already invisible behaviors also. Okay? So, any questions regarding with situations, thoughts, feelings, and actions? Questions? Nabay pangutana? Nakasabot
Wala ra,
ra sa
ma'am.
nakasabot ra. Thank you, Isa. So right now, let's have this a little, ano sa man ni siya? Story ba ni siya? Or literature, no? Let's have this. An old Cherokee chief teaching his grandson about what is life, no? A fight is going on inside me, he said to the boy. It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, self doubt, and ego. The other one is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside you and inside every other person too. And the grandson then asked his grandfather, which wolf will win? And the old chief simply replied, it is the one you feed. So makaibot ipasabot ana. It's the one you feed. What do you understand or what do you get from this story of the two wolves? Which wolf will win? The good or the evil wolf? Yun sa kayha.
Depende, ma'am.
It really depends on who we will feed. If we always practice or if we are always angry and if we are always envious with other people, we are always feeding our evil self, our evil wolf. Diba? On the other hand, if we are always happy, we are at peace, we love, we hope, we are humble, and then we are displaying this kind of traits and characteristics, and then we are feeding our good wolf. So actually knowing which wolf to feed is really the first step towards recognizing you have control over your own self. If you can realize, if you know already which wolf that you want to feed, is it the good or the evil wolf, then that is your first step towards towards the recognition that you do have the self control. Like, have you ever had thoughts, feelings, or acted in ways that were unacceptable, nang dili bitaw acceptable to yourself, but you felt like you are powerless to control it? Naana ba ana? Naana ba ta anay mga times? Because these particular two wolf stories, unsa may purpose ana niya nganong ato siyang giapil? Because it will help us find ways to manage our mind, 'di ba? To manage our mind so that we can live the life more more in accordance with what with your own judgment, with your own judgment that is really best for you. Okay, di ba? With the last topic, where you know and understand yourself. So since you know already yourself, you have understood yourself also. Then you can manage your mind already. You can manage your mind so that you will be living in accordance to your own judgment, not to others people's judgment. So as we grow up, nara di I know. Muna siya. The purpose of this post is to help you find ways to manage your mind so that you can live your life more in accordance with what your own judgment says is best for you. Your own judgment. Dili kay with what other with what we what other people are saying about it. So as we grow up, man God, kamo, you still have a lot of years, time to grow. You will gradually become aware. You will become aware of the things in the world that you're living right now, which are largely beyond our ability to control. So not all the things are really controllable. We cannot control other people, but definitely we can control ourselves. Diba? We cannot control the events that will happen in our life, the disasters, the typhoon, the earthquake, all of these phenomenon. We cannot control them. But again, we can control our reaction to these events. Diba? We cannot control our problem kung unsay posibleng mahitabo nato. We cannot control our life ending. Di ta ka control kano sa mahuman ang kinabuhi sa katao. Right? So initially, this is difficult to accept. Like, why can't we control the people that we love? How I wish we can control them so that they will be there with us forever, but we cannot control that. But there are a lot of things also that our in ourself actually that is also difficult to control. No, napoy part sa ato ang kaugalingon nga though we can control but it's difficult to control. So example, our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions also. Like labi na og kanang on that particular spot in that pagkahitabuan na automatic dili gid ka kayong kahuna-huna og saktos, especially kung magpadala ta diretso sa atong gibati, di ba? We kana bitong you act according to what you feel and not with what you think about the situation. Kanang gauna ka sa imuhang gibati. So it should always be with what you think. Ato sa gid na siyang huna-hunaon. After nimo huna-hunaon, weigh in things asa kay mas kuan, and then you tailored your emotions and then you act uh, with your judgment, 'di ba? So, example no kana bitang natay mga dili nato makontrol nga mga emotions nga until now muhatag og stress or distress atong kaugalingon, like I cannot stop hating this person kay kanang wala ko niya kanang dili ka move on ba mo na siya term, di ka move on sa mga situations nga pila na katuig nilabay, no? So like gibiyaan ko sa akong uyab niya. I cannot stop feeling very sad and lonely, 'di ba? And I feel so unloved. So these are examples of thoughts and feelings that you were not able to cope up. So aside from that, pwede pod siya og ang inability sa usa ka tawo nga dili niya makontrol ang iyang kaugalingon nga dili mo kaon og sweets or maybe like cakes, ice cream kanang mga sweet desserts, no? Desserts, the dessert. Mukaon day mo dessert. Sweet desserts. Right? So these are just examples, mga cravings nimo, maglisod man pud ka og control ana nila. But again, with constant mindfulness and also with your purpose, then you will always be guided. Diba? Again, it's the one you feed. It's the one you feed. Hi, okay. I told you this is just very short. Diba? So it will always boils down to the one you feed. If in times that naamoy maraw galisod mo sa usa ka situation and you are kanabitang you're not too sure unsay buhaton, then you go back also to the question, which one will you feed? The evil wolf or the good wolf? Okay? So that sums up our topic about developing the whole person. So any questions? Do you have any questions? Wala?
Wala ra, ma'am.
Wala ra, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Now, if makita ninyo sa screen, this will be your exam, right? So you will be describing, I will just discuss this. So describe a situation you recently experienced that was difficult for you. It's either upsetting or made you nervous. So what was the situation? What's your thought about it? How did you feel about it? And what did you do? Okay, so you'll just be filling in the cycle. And then after filling in the cycle, you will be answering, oh, sorry, you'll be answering this question. So looking back in the situation now, so answer the following. Were your thoughts reasonable or logical? And did your behavior make the situation better, worse, or it does not um, do any difference? Okay, so that will be your output for the day. So at least you can start that. I'll be creating the link, of course, or I'll be assigning that in your classroom. But at least you will know um kung unsa ang inyohang buhaton. Okay? Now let's have portfolio number 2. So portfolio number 1, unsa ganito to ang gibuhat, that was my talent. I'm proud of my talent or my skills, di ba? So portfolio number 2, it will be your recipe to success. So my recipe to success. So if you can find time to read the stories of Pacquiao, Pia Works ba, and unsa to? Basta there are 3 stories about the doctor. I forget the title. But there were 3 stories. If you can read those stories, you'll be getting examples on, what they did, the traits, their values, ano nga makita ninyo din ha. But now you'll be making your personal recipe for achieving personal goals. That's why the title of this activity is a recipe for success. That's just an example, or my personal success recipe. Okay, so you can make a title that depends to you. Identify your goal and break it down into a recipe. See sample recipe for is a reference. So this is just like what an example, and if you can see, it's for the first graders. So this is like for a team. So anyway, look at this. So you will need 2 cups of effort, 2 cups of kindness, 2 handfuls of curiosity, 3 tablespoons of honesty, 1 cup of teamwork, 1 cup of excitement to learn, 1 handful of fairness, and sprinkle of pride in your work. So that is the ingredients. And then method, combine all ingredients with a helpful hand and a loving heart. Success is always better when shared, so pass it around. So mao pod ni ang iyahang recipe nga gibuhat, nga example. But again, you will be creating your own recipe. Kung unsay needed nimo for you to achieve your personal goals. Right? So you write there what's your personal goal. So that's very important. Para po makita na ko ang development. Write your personal goal. Okay? So write your personal goal. Then after that is, after writing your personal goal, you'll be identifying already what are the things that you will be needing to achieve your personal goal. So what are the things, the values, the traits that you need, the skills that you need for you to be a successful person in that goal, or if so that you'll be that goal will be a successful one. Okay, so again, portfolio number 2, it will be about my personal success recipe.